Let's see how to use models on this form. Using a model allows us to standardize the look of this window and to change all occurrences of this type of window throughout our application easily. Let's take a look at some models that we can use with forms. We have them organized under the GUI folder in the Models repository. You can see that we have several different basic models defined: display forms, edit fields, combo boxes. In the properties for each of these, you can see that the font, color, style, and other properties have been set up within the model. This means when this model is used, the properties will be used in the control. Let's see how this works. First, we go back to the form for our program. Now, we can use the GUI display form model for this form. We go to the model property and select our basic form model. Now, properties such as the grid, default font and color, and startup size will be inherited from the model. We can also use models to define the fields on the form. We'll start by rubber banding all the field prompts. Then we select the text caption model. If any of the properties remain in dark blue, it means that they didn't inherit the default value, so we need to change those options so they inherit the model. While the fields are all selected, we can use Shift arrow to make the fields bigger and make them right justified using the Commands palette. Now we select all the edit fields. We select the edit field model. You can see how the fields changed. We can also move a group of fields so they show in a different column. And we can edit the text as needed. We can change how the cursor moves on those fields. Since the fields on the right are not going to be editable by the user, we select those 4 fields and set Allow Parking to No. You can also use group boxes to group the fields. Now, when we run our program, we can see how it has changed. Currently, our program allows us to type in a customer code. However, we want to add a lookup so the user can easily find the customer. The easiest way to do this is from the customer code control. When we are parked in the control, we can see the Select Program property. We zoom on that and select the Select Customers program. Select Customers is a special kind of task called a selection program. It sends back the customer code when the user selects it from a list. Now, when we run the program again, we can see that we can zoom to select a customer from the customer list. Our program displays the customer number, but it does not display the customer name. Like many order entry programs, only the customer code is kept in the order header record. The customer name needs to be brought in from the customer table. Let's see how to link to the customer table to fetch the customer name. First, we go back to the Data View tab. We press Ctrl-H or Edit, Create Header Line to open up a header line. Then we select Link. Link is an operation that will bring in one record to our task. There are several link types, as you can see, depending on the purpose of the link. We select Query. A link query will bring in a related record, but will not create records. We zoom to select the customer's table and select the first index. When we select the index, the columns that participate in that index are automatically brought in. We zoom from the Locate columns to the Expressions list. Here we enter the variable that we want to link to, which is the customer code on the order header record. Then we bring in the customer name. Now we go back to the form. We can use a shortcut, Ctrl-M, to jump back to it. From the Variables palette, we select the customer name and drop it on the form. Now we run the program again. When we select the customer, we can see the customer name displayed on the form.